Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found. Of course, today is Halloween.
Yeah.
And so earlier in the AEW episode, if you watched it, I was still just RoboCop. Brought to WCW by Sting.
Counted a strength.
You were
Sid.
Funhouse.
I was Young Lion Funhouse.
But now
I got even lazier. I'm Balor Club, baby.
Real.
I remember I had this leather jacket in the back of my closet.
It's a good looking leather jacket.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You need to start riding a motorcycle now. I'm taking
Not
this
gonna
thing
happen.
off. I hate this thing so much.
Not going to happen. I'm not a motorcycle type guy.
Anyways, welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. Quick disclaimer. If you're watching this live and you do not want Crown Jewel results to be spoiled,
I recommend
chances are
watch this not live because it's going to be spoiled in the chat.
We're going to probably talk about it at least a little bit during the show. Some pretty big events during Crown Jewel. We watched the main event. We said we weren't going to watch it. We watched it.
We said we weren't going to cover it.
We were going to cover it. We're not covering, but we're probably going to talk about it a little bit. At some point, we'll probably just end up watching Crown Jewel, man, or the Saudi shows. We'll just do what everybody else does. We'll just donate the money to charity.
That's what we did the first time.
Yeah, that's right. We'll probably just go back to that. Anyways,
Well, I mean, it's like
enough time has passed since they committed that terrible atrocity against a reporter. Journalist, rather.
I think that's the case. I don't think
No,
enough time
that was
at all.
a bad joke.
I know.
But I feel like we could actually, in terms of the amount of money raised, that would probably raise more money.
Potentially, yeah.
In any event. So that's probably a better thing to do.
We're not here to talk Crown Jewel. We're here to talk NXT.
That's right. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to new patrons at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers over there. And we got a couple new patrons. It's the 31st. So if you want the Friendo Care Package, either at the $20 mark where you get the comic, the stickers, and the poster, or at the $50 mark where you get all that plus the shirt, and you get to, at $20 mark, also on $50 mark, you get to put in your video questions on Matt Chat. Get those in now or today, because tomorrow's the start of a new month, and then you got to wait for the rest of the month.
You have to wait a whole month.
So we did get some new patrons. Let's see here. Rusty Iron Slam and Jerry Simmons. Also, Wins 2. And Charles Hubbard was back on Tuesday. Thank you very much for your support. We really appreciate it. I believe we also had a couple patrons increase their Patreon amount.
We did.
Captain Fosco, Derek Rice Jr., and then I thought we had like a $50
I think that was a new patron
increase.
for $50.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think there's one increase maybe to 20.
Okay, yeah, a couple to 20. So want to say thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Ryan Armstrong. I think I already mentioned his name, but yeah, he's going to be getting that shirt at the beginning of the year. Also, we're going to be making some big changes to the Friendo Care Package. So if you want all that legacy stuff, eventually it might end up on Friendo Market, but we're going to have a pretty wide window between that happening again.
Yeah.
So, the biggest news pertaining to NXT dropped during Crown Jewel. They ran a promo for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Where they advertised it for the first time ever, brand warfare between Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and NXT. The yellow and black brand has been added.
The image used for this thumbnail is not official, correct?
No, I believe this was floating around Twitter, and I couldn't figure out who the original person was that
maybe
did
we'll look
it.
into it some more, give proper credit.
If we can try to give credit, we'll do that in the description of this.
Yeah, and if you are a creator of said piece of work, reach out to us, let us know, please.
Yeah, let us know.
And we will give you your credit in the description. However, they did release an official Survivor Series logo, and sure enough, there's red and blue and yellow in the logo intertwined in like light rays and stuff. Officially said, without a doubt, it's happening. While there's no indication that we're going to get champion versus champion versus champion. I imagine that remains to be seen, whether they can go that route or go traditional Survivor Series bouts for this brand versus brand stuff.
15-man matches,
That's
Larson.
a lot. Something to keep in mind, however, is that a lot of the major players in both the men and women's division on NXT, they're going to be involved in war game matches the night prior. I can't imagine Adam Cole. He'll do it. He's tough. He wrestled with a broken wrist.
And he's done 2 shots in one takeover before.
Yeah, that he'd want to do a War Games match and then get tossed around by Brock Lesnar the following night.
I think he's probably supremely up for the challenge.
He is.
Whether or not he should do it is another thing. No, I think it's a big deal. Here's the thing about the War Games match. Yes, will absolutely be brutal. They always are. And in last night's episode of NXT, it was announced that there's going to be. Okay, so one was officially announced. The other one was just strongly hinted at.
Yeah. Alluded to.
There's, for the first time ever, there's going to be a women's War Games match.
War Games.
Which is fantastic, although we'll talk about the math on that one in a little bit, because there's 9 potential participants.
There's going to be a surprise entrant on the face side.
Well, there'd have to be. Oh, yeah.
Because there was 4 faces in the ring, and then
there's 5
heels.
So I don't know if because War Games typically are 4-on-4.
Well, that's changed. It's been
in NXT. Has it been 5?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, they could add somebody, but and then at the very end of the show, Ciampa teased that they'd be going at it too.
Sorry, Goldie. Have to wait and go into war.
Yeah, so we'll talk all about that in a little bit. But no, your point is absolutely correct. War Games is nothing to mess with. Those are brutal matches, and everybody seemingly, or everybody that's carrying a title right now, will be involved in a War Games match.
Seems like it.
If they go the triple threat route, the matches are still going to be good, but they're still main roster matches, and especially like in a Brock Lesnar match. If The Fiend holds that title till Survivor Series, which I don't know, I guess we can talk about that at some point. By the way, The Fiend won the Universal Championship at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
That was kind of crazy. Then The Fiend versus Brock Lesnar versus Adam Cole, I'll be honest, kind of bums me out because it's not like The Fiend and Brock Lesnar. Like, that's going to be weird in the first place. And then you throw Adam Cole in there, just a really good wrestler.
That's why I kind of wonder, too. I mean, I understand if they want to... If there's situations where they want to protect their champions and not have either of them take a loss. So maybe they thought, let's toss an NXT guy in there. It's a happy to be here situation maybe for them to be on the main roster pay-per-view. Just job them out so our main roster people are protected. But that'd be a crap way to look at it from their perspective.
They should. Yeah, if the point is... So Tom Collahu on Twitter... who's got some sources there at the WWE, mentioned that his source said, we really want to feature NXT because we want the ratings to go up. The ratings are in. We'll talk about that a little bit more on Who Won Wednesday, a little bit later today. But, it was against the World Series, but NXT lost another 100,000 people. Is my hair wonky right now?
You got some RoboCop fuzz in it.
Oh, God. Well, can't do anything about that. I wouldn't think that they'd put him in there exclusively to job them.
I would hope not, because that's not a very great way to showcase. I mean, part of it is put on incredible matches, but the main roster is kind of a crapshoot on pay-per-view whether they're gonna obviously won't be able to put on takeover level.
How many matches were last year's? Last year was when Raw ran the table,
except for New Day winning the one of the kickoff show. They didn't count.
Which they didn't count.
I think there was 8.
Was it 8
head-to-head matches? I want to say.
Okay.
7 or 8. I think it was 8, and then they said the official tally at the end was 7 overall, I think.
What non-title matches took place last year?
There were some Survivors. I can pull it up. Give me a moment.
That'd be good. Because, I mean, you can't look. Assuming Undisputed Era, I mean, there's only a month left. I mean, they could do something where they put Velveteen Dream in there as North American champion.
Okay, so there's a tag team Survivor Series 10-on-10 elimination match. That's the one the New Day won. That didn't count. There was a women's Survivor Series elimination match. Then there was Seth versus Nakamura mid-card champs. There was tag champs.
They had a cruiserweight match, so that wasn't brand versus brand. They had
Ronda versus Charlotte was. Because Charlotte replaced Becky.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Brock versus Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
So there's only one match that wasn't brand versus brand. That was the Cruiserweight title match.
But then not title was just the Team SmackDown and the Team Raw. Okay, so there was a Team SmackDown versus Team Raw?
There was Team SmackDown. There was a men and women's traditional Survivor Series match between Raw and SmackDown.
And that's
teams.
obviously that's non-title.
Well, all of them are non-title, but this doesn't involve any champions.
No, I don't mean non-title. I'm sorry. I mean championships involved.
Yes.
So right now there's men's main title,
mid-card.
women's title, mid-card, tag team.
24/7 championship.
Nice.
It should have a cross-brand 24/7 scramble.
They could do women's tag title, like a straight up match, like for that title. They could do that.
Let's have a team from Raw and SmackDown and
NXT.
Yeah. Since it is
you could do that.
Yeah, they could do that. That's a good idea.
So there's a potential for 5 matches involving titles or champions. And then you can do a Team Raw versus NXT versus SmackDown, men's, and the same for the women. So you're looking at the possibility of 5 matches here, and then maybe they'll toss in a cruiserweight match.
Well, it's an NXT title now.
Yeah, well, whatever. You could toss that match on there. It'll be very interesting how they shake this out. I do think the fact that it's a triple threat definitely protects the NXT people who are just involved in WarGames a little bit, maybe. Main roster matches are a bit more, they're not quite as
intensive.
Physical, I
Intensive.
guess you might be able to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they put. Let me ask you this now.
Huh.
They've announced it. Do they know what they're gonna do?
No, they probably decided this morning that for sure that was what they're gonna do.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Let's get to the breakdown of NXT.
what do you think of NXT last night?
It was a fun show.
Oh man, I thought it was terrific. I thought it was great. I thought it was so good.
It was really good.
There was nothing on this. There was nothing that I was like, man, this is not good. I was so like from the beginning, like the Poppy performance thing, I thought that was killer. I thought that I was like, after that, and then after watching AEW, I was like, holy crap, Wednesdays are so good.
Yeah, it's the best wrestling's on Wednesdays now.
Are so good. Like you could really just skip everything except for Wednesdays. If you could
Pretty
if you
much.
just watch Wednesdays, and just maybe if you just push an NWA to Wednesdays.
Oh, that's a lot. That's 5 hours on Wednesday.
It's 5 good hours.
I know, but still, 5 hours is a lot.
I get a bigger kick out of 4 hours on Wednesday than I do
Any other number of hours on any other day.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, SmackDown's always fun because we do it here. And we have some beers.
And last week was actually a really fun show.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Poppy performance that kicked off NXT this week. Mm-hmm. She did a song herself and then played Io Shirai to the ring.
Mm-hmm. That was rad. Yeah, it's funny. My TV had such a hard time keeping up with.
Oh, it was just all
it was all
compressed.
just one big pixel blur. Yeah,
mine did too. Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae kicked off the show, and they gave this match a ton of time.
Yeah, they did. And again, it was just absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I love that little bit where Candice was bleeding. She was bleeding from the nose, and Io wiped some of it with her finger while they're on the apron. God, Io Shirai is so great.
She's so good. Match started off some brawling outside, and Candice tries to toss Io back in the ring. Io hits a 619 on the apron, falls with a suicide dive. She tosses Candice back in the ring. Guess what Candice does? Hits a suicide dive of her own.
Yeah, that was rad. She puts everything into it.
I know.
She's like the second best suicide dive next to Phoenix.
This next bit was great. So Candice was kind of on the ropes, and then Io knocks her off a bit. So Candice is like kind of suspended in the ropes a bit, and then Io comes up and drops her with a huge lung blower. I'm not even sure how to describe how it's done.
Yeah, it was rad.
That was incredible, though. She gets the upper hand for a while. Candice reverses an Alabama slam to roll, gets a 2. Then she goes for Rana. Io flips out of it. Candice responds with a step up enziguri. They're brawling on the apron. Io goes for German suplex. Candice blocks. She goes up to the top. Io meets her. Io goes for a superplex. Candice blocks it, pushes Io off. Io comes to and then just pushes Candice off the top rope. We go to commercial. We come back. Io has the upper hand. It's picture-in-picture. During the picture-in-picture commercial break, Candice avoids double knees in the corner and then hits a series of strikes on Io until Io locks in a label lock, yes lock, crossface. Candice rolls her up, gets a 2, falls with a leg sweep in a submission hold of her own. Io rolls her up to kind of break the submission hold. She gets a 2. Back from commercial, double fun splash. LeRae hits a tornado DDT. She gets a 2 on that. Candice goes up for her old finisher when she was in the Mae Young Classic. I think they call it Miss LeRae's Wild Ride.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The second rope spinning neck breaker. Io like blocks it, holds on the rope, so Candice just goes to the mat. Io goes for a moonsault. Candice gets her knees up. Io puts Candice in some leg scissors. Candice gets the bottom rope, and then Io goes out and gets a chair. Is about to take a swing. The ref grabs the chair from her, and then Candice rolls her up, gets a 2. So the chair is just hanging out. I don't know why the ref didn't throw the chair out of the ring. Candice drops Io with a face buster, follows it with a super kick, goes for her finisher, the lion salt, but Io moves out of the way, so Candice lands, bang, right on the chair. Io covers her for the win, and then Io beats down Candice a little bit after the match. Rhea Ripley runs in. She makes the save. Io gets out of there.
Yeah. Just to try. I can watch them
Oh, yeah,
fight
man.
all the time. Can you imagine the kind of stuff that Io Shirai and Candice LeRae are going to be pulling at WarGames?
Amazing.
Holy crap.
Moonsault off the cage.
Yeah, man. Like a couple. Several.
Maybe.
Multiples.
Spanish fly off the cage.
This was just a terrific match.
Next, the brief little video package about Finn Balor.
He's all about the gun fingers now, man.
Yeah.
He does that a
Like
lot.
this now.
Yeah.
And then we get the announcement that next week, Peter Dune.
Damien Priest.
Punishment Martinez, a rematch from a couple weeks back.
Damien Priest. Punishment me.
Would you like a donut?
No, I better. Yes, no, I better not.
That's my favorite story.
It's a good story.
Some people, if you're just tuning in, you don't know that. At StarCast this year,
I
we
offer-
brought donuts.
I offered one to Punishment Martinez, and he said no.
I shouldn't.
He so wanted to, though.
He did. I shouldn't.
After that, we had a Finn Balor promo where he started doing. I saw some pretty amusing tweets about this. They were saying, looks like NXT is trying to steal some of that WCW rub from AEW because he's trying to drop one of these work shoot promos, talking about laying down for a guy in a mask.
Well, before that, let's talk about some differences in his introduction. So his Tron comes on, music plays,
yeah,
da-da-da-da-da-da. And so for the part, he still slaps his thighs and does this.
Yeah.
But rather than having the house lights come on,
Yeah.
so everybody does it, and it's like a communal thing. There's a single spotlight on him, and he does it once, transitions right to gun fingers,
Yeah.
and walks down the ring.
Yeah, real.
See, nice little subtle change in his presentation as heel, so it's not.
And when he
A
got in the
communal
ring,
experience.
he did not go to the corner and do it again.
There was no pelvic thrusting.
No, there wasn't. He just got in and sort of soaked it all in. And then I forget if he did the gun fingers again in the ring.
I don't think so.
I think maybe he was on the way out.
Yeah, he did on the way out. He said, so a few months back, I had to lay down for the hottest thing in the business because he's got a new mask.
Mm-hmm.
I just took off my mask, and now I'm the hottest thing in this business.
Everybody, and he said everybody's watching me. He says everybody has their opinions. There are too many fans in the locker room, a lot of Twitter tough guys. And I was like, yeah, man, of course there's a lot of fans in the locker room. They're signing up everybody they possibly can.
I know. If I got in the ring and went in training, I could probably sign with WWE.
There's probably literally people in the fans that they have signed and are in the locker room right
Kyle
now.
going to have a tryout?
Right.
And so he says he doesn't watch the business watches him.
Confirmed he does not watch NWA
Doesn't
or
watch
AEW
wrestling at all.
or Monday or Friday.
And he talks about Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, and he says, Johnny, if you want another go at it, Johnny, I hear you just got out of the hospital.
Congratulations for getting out of the hospital.
If you want to have another go at it anytime,
I'll put you back in.
And you'll be Johnny Watches Wrestling instead of Johnny Wrestling, just like you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's saying that Johnny shouldn't be a wrestler. He should be a fan.
Yeah, he's a fan. He's a tourist. Then he does the gun fingers.
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent promo. I didn't think it was a great promo.
Yeah, agreed on that one.
I thought it was a decent promo.
He should come out there and grab the timekeeper, gun finger to the head.
Yeah, I can't. We're big fans of action now. Is it cool to hear? Okay, what does he have to say for himself? I thought it was fine. I think if there's a little bit more like intensity, maybe just in doing something backstage.
I'll give you this. He didn't blame the fans, at least.
Yeah, I know.
which is good, which is usually how heels get heat in WWE.
What they should have done was recreate the him chopping a fan in a restaurant.
Yeah.
So maybe have a camera frame it as if it's a TMZ guy, right?
And there's Kyle.
And there's Kyle, and except in this case, instead of the fan Kyle asking to be chopped, which is what happened in that video from Japan.
Yeah.
Finn wants to cut in line.
Yeah.
And fan Kyle, whoever, says,
no, it's the food trucks that used to be behind Full Sail. They're
there
back
you go,
this
perfect.
week.
They're back this week, and he cuts in line. Fan says, "Hey, don't do that."
No, not fan. Kyle.
Kyle says, "Don't do that." And then Finn says,
Sling blade,
or just chops him really hard.
Yeah.
And says, "Hey."
And then Kyle gives Finn his sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it is.
That would have been crazy good.
I know. Well, it'd be kind of interesting if they'd said, advertise it as Finn explains himself. He's like, "Want me to explain myself, huh?" And just goes on a rampage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just goes timekeeper area, drop the power bombs timekeeper through the timekeeper table.
Yeah.
It goes up to
Timekeeper looks suspiciously like some developmental talent.
exactly.
It's that really super tall guy.
Yeah, I know. Goes up to the crow's nest above the announce table and drops the coup de grace there on the Nigel McGuinness. Something like that. Just like going absolute rampage.
Yeah, I know. Because that's what I think of when I think if the Prince is back, I don't want him to be like an old, slower, more calmer Prince. I want to be intense Prince.
Because it just seems like it's going to be WWE's Prince, which would be like a neutered Prince,
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
If that's even what he really wants to do. I know he said Prince is back, so that raises your expectations that this all over the place, and he's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But if we don't get that, it's going to be like, well, WWE's not going to let him do what he really can and should and probably wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's lame.
It'll be interesting to see what his wrestling is going to be like. When you're on main roster, you sort of fall into a freaking
rut.
A rut, a pattern, whatever, what have you. And I would like to, if he's going to step up the intensity and be a bit more, frenetic in the ring, I think that'll be totally fine. It's like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. What's he doing in there? I just want a little bit of crazy. That's all I want.
Exactly.
And I feel like there wasn't quite enough crazy
I don't
here.
feel like there really was any crazy. He seemed pretty sane.
Yeah.
He seemed to have his wits about him pretty good.
Yeah.
After that, Tyler Bate video package is to say, hey, here's Tyler Bate. At least they didn't reuse any of the footage from the first United Kingdom tournament like they did for about a year and a half afterwards. So they had that going
I kind of wish they did,
You got like a bop and bang.
It's like, why does he look 5 years younger?
One doesn't get him, the other one will. After that early...
He tried that shit too.
I know. After this, a pretty short but fun match between Shane Thorne and Bronson Reed. Shane starts out fast, get a couple of drop kicks. He's got the best cannonball in the business, man. Shane Thorne does.
Yeah, he does.
That's incredible.
It is good.
Then he charges Bronson Reed. Jonah Rock hits him with a clothesline and a senton. So Jonah Rock now has upper hand.
Yeah, you got to call him by his name, man.
Jonah Rock's such a good name, man. Shane comes back with a head kick, Saito suplex. That gets him a 2 count. Follows with a bunch of kicks. He's just kicking the heck out of Jonah Rock.
The thing is, Bronson Reed is actually a really good name. It's just not nearly as good as Jonah Rock.
I know.
That's a great name.
So Bronson gets up, reverses a kick into a punch, kick of his own, and this massive German suplex. He basically tossed Shane Thorne halfway across the ring.
That was great, yeah.
And then Reed hit essentially with his dead eye, Hangman Page finisher.
Mm-hmm.
Shane kicks out. Mm-hmm. Reed goes up top. Thorne runs up, meets him. He tries for a Rana, and so he's bouncing off the ropes, and Bronson Reed just shoves him.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So he goes flying through the air, hits the mat.
That was rad.
That was cool. Reed follows with top rope splash. He gets the win.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait till if they really build up Bronson Reed.
Jonah Rock.
If they really build him up, man, how great would like him versus Keith Lee be?
Some good stuff,
how
man.
Awesome would that be? There was that freaking pounce that Keith Lee pulled, I think, on Roderick Strong this week on the outside. Holy crap. Oh, those are so much fun. That is so much fun.
It is fun.
So yeah, I thought that was a really fun match. That was cool. And Bronson Reed, Jonah Rock, whatever his name is Bronson Reed.
Jonah Rock.
Maybe it means, hey, they got some plans for the big guy.
I hope so.
Shane Thorne firmly there to put people over.
Yeah, he's really good though.
He's good. He's good.
You know what Shane Thorne needs to start doing is coming out to the ring with just jeans on.
I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew you were going to bring
shirt,
that up.
No shoes.
Yeah.
Come out and wrestle in just jeans.
But like every week it's the same jeans.
It gets
and
dirtier
you know how
and dirtier.
jeans
Yeah.
get like really soft when you haven't washed them in forever. And yeah, and then one week, it's obvious he had gone.
He's not wearing any underwear either under those jeans. It's just jeans on skin.
McDonald's or something. There's like a ketchup stain on
mustard. There's like a huge sweat stain in the back that he just won't go. It won't ever dry out.
He never washes his pants.
And he sleeps in them.
Farts in them.
Everything. Next, Dakota Kai, Tegan Knox interview talking about how it's something else that they're wrestling for the women's tag team champion.
They are just happy to be there. Man. They had no chance, zero chance,
none chance.
After that, a Mia Yim video package. She is the head person in charge, and it was cool. It was just reminding us
she's the rose that grows from the concrete.
Oh wait, she wasn't involved in that WarGames.
Yeah,
scuffle.
she could be in the match.
Yeah, she's gonna be her then.
W.S.
Okay.
Fletcher mentioned that.
That makes sense. Oh, good job, W.S.
Next, first, the said tag
Forced.
team. Forced.
Hashtag forced.
Forced said tag team champions. You get Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai taking on Kairi Sane and Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good match. However, I feel like for the story that was told, kind of long.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I felt like Dakota Kai spent like 20 minutes getting her butt kicked.
Yeah.
Before finally getting the hot tag, and it felt like I get the point of the story you're telling. Let's just speed it up a little bit. I know where this is going. Just speed it up. Get to it.
Can we just fast forward to the part with the mist? Let's fast forward to that part.
Okay.
I don't mean to take out, but you're right. This is a long match. I thought it was absolutely a terrific match. I don't think anybody has been hit square with the mist as much as Dakota Kai got last night.
I know.
Holy crap. So far, we've seen the mist
3 times.
3 times. 2 of those times, I'm forgetting the middle one. But with Becky and then with Paige, the mist hasn't been direct.
Maybe it's 4 times then.
It's been up here, and then with Paige even. And granted, you get enough. She got Dakota Kai square, and there was a ton of it.
I felt like it was pretty short range too.
Oh man, she looked like She-Hulk. It was great.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. Technically, using mist is cheating.
Yeah, sure. Ref didn't see.
I know he didn't see the actual misting because his back was turned. However, when he turns back around, there's the period of time where Dakota Kai is on the mat. Her face is entirely green. There's no misting it, if you will.
By the time he turned, because I was thinking the same thing when it was happening.
It felt like there was time for him to at least take a glance at Dakota Kai, especially upon impact of the elbow.
But that was the point.
And realize
she hits the elbow. The ref is still turned.
No.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't. I was watching the replay. He was not.
Boy, I thought I was watching that when it was happening live because I was like, man,
because Asuka. Sorry. So Kairi has the ref distracted during the mist.
Yeah.
And then when Kairi goes to the top rope because she tagged herself in.
Yeah.
That's when the ref turned around. So there's a good, couple seconds or so between the misting and Kairi hitting that elbow before she covers up Dakota Kai's face, that at least the ref can notice either Dakota Kai or the fact that Asuka has a bunch of green stuff coming out of her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they haven't put it back up. What a bummer. Because, the way I saw it, that's fine, but the way I saw it,
Nikki Cross got the miss. That was the other person that got the miss.
Kairi hit the elbow and then the pin and covered her face with the
pin.
Yeah,
on the pin. But there was 2 seconds where the ref could have, upon impact of the elbow briefly or just, through the peripheral. I'm not saying it.
Oh, that's right. No, that's why it was. That's right. Okay, Dakota was face down. She was face down. That's why. Because I was looking at her. I was like, how are they going to cover this? And then Kairi hit the elbow with her face down.
That's right.
That's
okay.
why.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why.
That's right. That's what it was.
One. But and then of course, when she gets off the pin, the ref looks and he's like, "Oh my god!" and he goes and grabs a towel.
I know. And then the Moro said, "Well, or is it Nigel said, he already made his call. Can't go back on it now." We've seen countless times where refs gone back on a call.
Crappy main roster, maybe not an NXT, man. Ref's decision stands. No way, man. That was great. I love that match.
It was a good match. This felt a little long. Oh, but afterward, that's when fireworks really happened. Asuka and Kairi, they win. They teleport out of there. Shayna, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir, they march down towards the ring. Tegan Knox takes it to Shayna, but then Duke and Shafir overwhelm her for a bit. She eventually fends them off and then eats a step-up knee from Shayna. They sub Tegan for the stomp on the arm. Rhea comes out to the ramp. And then if you look in the background, there's a stare down between Shayna and Rhea, you just see Shafir, Duke, and Tegan Knox just stumble out of the ring. Do you notice that?
Yeah, like Tegan, I think I think what they were trying to do was Tegan kind of came through enough to
push him out.
Push him out, but then she goes tumbling. It was pretty funny.
It looked like a glitch.
It did. It
like
totally did. Yeah.
And so Rhea starts making her way down the ramp. She's attacked from behind by Io, and then Bianca comes out, joins in, and then Candice comes out and takes Io off Rhea, and then Bianca takes her focus off Rhea and onto Candice. So Duke and Shafir go after Rhea. She fends them off. We have a stare down with Rhea on the floor, Shayna in the ring. Rhea gets in the ring, takes Shayna down with double leg. Everybody else is in there. Brawl breaks out in the ring. Rest of the women's locker room comes out. Some security. They're trying to break it up.
At this point, the fans obviously they see the writing on the wall. They start chanting
WarGames.
WarGames. Regal shows up in the crow's nest. Sorry, and
Crow is a bird, so it's fine.
Enough! Pull them apart! Pull them all apart! There's only one way we can solve this. WarGames!
I got a simple solution for this. WarGames.
Very excited about that.
And then Rhea just kicks the security guy for no reason. It was great. And the heels leave.
I just kind of wish that Regal would have acknowledged that the fans came up with that simple solution before he did.
He's sticking to a script, man.
Did you hear all them? They know what I'm thinking. WarGames!
Yeah.
And then Adam Cole runs out. WarGames.
WarGames. I know, that's what you're missing. Someone had to do this. Next, Tyler Bate versus...
Io did do it on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
She wrote WarGames with, exclamation point, question mark.
That's funny. Next, Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes.
Another terrific match.
This is fun. Technical start. Bate getting the advantage. What? I was writing these notes fast. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
You do a terrific job with these notes, man, by the way. I gotta say
Get bit with Grimes running ropes. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Get hit with Grimes running ropes?
Maybe.
B and the H are pretty close on the keyboard.
Maybe. I don't know. Bate hits a drop kick and then follows with the airplane spin, then hits a drop kick. Getting ready for a tope. So, Grimes intercepts, drops him with the Uranagi. We come back from commercial. Man, that German suplex Cameron Grimes does, where he flips over the back of the other person while on the ground and hits with the German suplex.
Yeah, that's terrific. But let's talk about
crazy.
that freaking Hurricane Rana. Was it the Dragon Rana?
Yeah.
Where he gets up on him, and they just that looked like a freaking glitch too. They just went blip,
I know.
Flipped over.
Yeah,
oh my
the Dragon
God.
Rana. That was great. So back from commercial, German suplex spot, gets a 2. Grimes follows a series of sliding knees, gets a 2 off that, and then he starts doing the joint manipulation himself. Like his member of British Strong Style.
His good friend does that. Oop, he doing.
Yeah. Bate starts to make a comeback with a bunch of European uppercuts. Hits the exploder suplex, standing shooting star press, gets 2. Yeah, Grimes goes for a powerbomb. Tyler Bate counted for that Dragon Rana. That gets him a 2. Grimes hits that moonsault power slam he does. That's amazing, too. 2 count.
Yeah.
Bate sends Grimes out of the ring, hits a Pele kick on him when he tries to get back in, and then just jumps over the top rope on him.
And then all of a sudden, just like in 2K19, like the camera sees, and we just...
It's like Baron Corbin standing in the audience.
Oh, see Killian.
There's Killian
Dane. Oh, like giving him scary face.
I know.
And that distracts Bate long enough. He gets back in, and...
Grimes hit the cave-in for the win.
Yeah.
Kind of a surprise. I thought Tyler Bates probably could pick this one up, but then Killian Dane's advanced the story with him and Peter Dune. So Dane hits the ring, hits Tyler Bate with a senton, then a cannonball against the ring step, and then gets in Tyler Bates' face and says, "Tell your friend that we have unfinished business."
Yeah. That was good. That was good stuff. After that, there was a really awesome Angel Garza video package where he talks about his uncle, Hector Garza, because he went by
Garza Jr.
Garza Jr. Yeah. He talks about him, who passed away in 2013 due to cancer, I believe. And it was good. It was, they could have easily gone. Maybe they should have. The fact that he rips off his pants, he does stripper pants. Maybe they could have done the party boy thing. I kind of like that. He seems like the kind of guy who if you go the route, so he's like party dude with the pants, but then you also talk about him paying homage to his family, then you're building dimensions.
Exactly.
You're getting some complexity.
He's not just
a
party boy.
Right.
There's humanity there as well.
Yeah. Which is great. So that was a really nice video package. And then it was announced that Shayna and Rhea Ripley were both named team captains.
So they can have a draft
for WarGames.
WarGames. That'd be
Although,
cool.
if you see how they're aligning, it's fairly obvious. Because, like, then on Twitter, like Tegan Knox was petitioning Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley was like, yeah, you came back from like a million knee injuries.
Here's another name. Toni Storm.
Yeah.
She hasn't been in NXT UK for a while. We heard that she's going to start doing stuff on NXT Prime.
Yeah. I think that'd be great. That'd be great, but then like Mia Yim is completely left out,
I know.
But if there was nobody else like that that would be a terrific way to debut somebody. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where great idea, not going to happen, It's a cool idea though.
Never know. Finally, main event, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle taking on Redragon. Mm-hmm. Matt Riddle is tossed from the ring basically immediately. Redragon go after Keith Lee. It's not a good idea because Lee makes a comeback, hits a fun splash on both of them.
Yeah.
They try to low bridge Keith Lee. He puts the brakes on, drops O'Reilly with a massive forearm. Fish just leaves rather than taking the forearm himself. They're walking around the ring and trying to make an escape. Matt Riddle kicks Kyle O'Reilly. We're back in the ring, and then Riddle and Lee, they're just taking turns chopping.
Yeah.
Redragon. And then Matt Riddle drops O'Reilly with a spear, hits the jackhammer on Bobby Fish, gets but a 1 count.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of my favorite things, man. That was so great because, of course, the crowd's doing Riddle.
It was great.
He hits the jackhammer and he gets a 1.
It's fantastic.
Ben, it was like barely even a 1.
I know. Bob Fish pretty much kicked out immediately.
Oh, man.
So during the commercial break, Bobby Fish is getting beat all over the place.
Is there any way that match is going to happen at Survivor Series?
I'd be very
Goldberg
surprised.
versus Riddle.
It'd be amazing.
It's what everybody wants to see. It's what everybody's dying to see. Oh, man.
I know. So Bobby Fish is getting beat the hell up during the commercial break. Eventually he gets to tag Kyle O'Reilly. Guess what? He gets beat up by Keith Lee too. Mm-hmm. He shoulder tackles Bobby Fish and then backdrops Kyle O'Reilly onto Bob Fish. Back from commercial, Bobby Fish and Matt Riddle are the legal men. They're trading blows. A couple of gut-wrench suplexes from Riddle to Fish, one for O'Reilly too. And then Fish eventually lays out Riddle with an elbow, almost a Judas effect.
That'd be a heck of a way. Sorry, I'm just tangenting right now. That'd be a heck of a way to build a long-term storyline for Matt Riddle. Because you know how, he'll eat, even this, he ate the pin.
Mm-hmm.
What if, at Survivor Series, he calls out Goldberg?
Yeah.
And Goldberg says, listen, you're a nobody, you're a nothing. Go on a win streak like mine, and then we'll talk. What if that puts Matt Riddle on a win streak for an entire year, picks up the NXT championship, and then he takes on Goldberg, not this year, but next year?
That'd be cool.
Holy moly.
That'd be fun.
That'd be something. And every time he wins, he looks in the camera, calls out Goldberg.
He says, who's next?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be good.
Then he loses.
Yeah, probably. I know. Where was I?
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Gained the upper hand.
Got the upper hand, and then they got Matt Riddle in the corner. O'Reilly goes for a kick in the corner. Riddle gets out of the way, so Bob Fish ends up beating the kick. But Kyle O'Reilly sinks in a heel hook on Matt Riddle, but then he frees himself some heel kicks. Riddle goes for the tag, and then Bobby Fish kicks Keith Lee off the apron. The Redragon hits Enter the Dragon. Mm-hmm. So what do they call that move? Something the Dragon.
Oh, it's when one guy
the brain
drop
buster.
Kick. Yeah.
The kick to the head. Yeah, chasing the dragon. I think that's what it's called. And then Lee comes in to break up the pin. Eventually, Matt Riddle gets the hot tag to Keith Lee. He clears house. He lays out Undisputed Era. He goes for a powerbomb on Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly sweeps the leg, which sends Fish crashing onto Keith Lee. But Bobby Fish ends up eating a pop-up slam anyways. Mm-hmm. Lee goes to the top rope. He pushes Kyle O'Reilly off when he tries to meet him up there. Goes for a moonsault on Bobby Fish. Misses. Undisputed Era follow with a forearm, an axe kick, Samoa drop from Bob Fish to Keith Lee. Impressive feat of strength. Only gets a 2, though.
2.
Eventually, all of Undisputed Era comes down the ringside. Riddle lays them all out with a corkscrew aside moonsault.
Yeah,
that was great.
That was awesome.
Keith Lee pounces Adam Cole into Roderick Strong.
Yeah, that was amazing.
But back in the ring, Riddle gets in. That distraction allows Undisputed Era to hit total elimination to get the win. So Undisputed Era is attacking Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, laying him out. Ciampa comes out with a crutch. He takes out the Undisputed Era. Save for Adam Cole. Stare down between two of them. Cole's like, nah. He leaves. And then Ciampa just starts unloading on Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And then Riddle hits him with a knee. And then Lee, military slam, tosses O'Reilly out of the ring of the rest of the Undisputed Era.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ciampa grabs a mic. He sees Adam Cole's title there, stares at it, reaches down as if he's about to pick it up, and stops and says, Goldie, it's going to have to wait. Daddy's going to war.
Mm-hmm.
War games.
Love that you hear the Undisputed Era back there. Don't touch that. Don't touch that title. It's not yours. Don't touch it. That was good stuff.
War games.
Yeah.
Sounds
Terrific.
like more war games.
Terrific setup for War Games. Good stuff. Let's answer some questions.
Yeah, why don't we?
Oh, man. I once again, I forgot about Discord. So let me see if they have any
All
questions.
right, I'll
here.
get started. Trey Awesome, The Fiend winning gave me a feeling the main roster hadn't in a while. Absolute joy. Happy for you.
What was that again?
Joy for The Fiend win that Universal title.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Rich Hardesty, women's match had me shed a tear at the end. We didn't. Yeah, we finally saw the finish of the women's match, but we didn't see like the aftermath. There was like a video of Lacey Evans. I couldn't tell who she was hugging in the crowd, but
Yeah, I don't know. I know she was also crying when she was hugging Natalia at the end. Yeah, no, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
The real Prince Fingal Bavitt. Sorry, couldn't make it for the AEW review, but Tony Schiavone looked like Walter White in the limo.
Really? Walter White was a lot skinnier than that.
Zane Lisk, too early for Fiend versus Beast versus Demon.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Brock would not be into that. I almost feel like they need to get that belt off of Brock just for Survivor Series.
Not going to happen.
No, it's not. Because like Brock versus Seth versus Adam Cole makes a lot of sense.
I know.
Because you've got Adam Cole who's like yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The Fiend and Brock, I just feel like Brock probably doesn't feel the Fiend.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe he loves Bray Wyatt. Maybe he loves him.
I don't know. Project CMR, imagine if they put Walter in the world title triple threat and said Cole, Fiend versus Brock versus Walter. It's going to be Walter versus Brock, one-on-one.
That'd be terrific.
Man, that'd be a hard-hitting matchup.
Maddie asks, I'm just getting into heel Finn for the first time, having missed Prince Devitt in New Japan. Glad I'm finally watching, all things considered. Definitely check out some of that stuff. Hopefully, it's a preview of things to come, because his work in New Japan as a heel was pretty fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That it was.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to get on the Patreon and take a look at the questions there as well. NXT QA thread. Here we go. 17 comments. Let's see here. Kenny T says nothing more heelish than walking to the ring with a spotlight solely on you. On top of that, walking around too fast with the spotlight guy can't keep it on you because a couple times Finn got lost from the spotlight guy. He's like, stop moving. Stop moving. Let's see here. James Fletcher. What will the next NXT Champions first main roster title be? So what will the NXT champions, like, I guess maybe take the champions now if they ever end up going
To main,
to Raw and SmackDown. I mean, it's weird saying main because apparently they are main now, but they're not really.
Yeah. Adam Cole, I think his first belt will be something like the IC title.
Either IC or US. I mean, I think he'll take a normal route. Redragon SmackDown championships.
Yeah.
Or Raw, I don't know.
And then Shayna would have to be the women's title.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of choices. Oh, Roddy. I don't know if he'd hold the title on the main roster.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
He's really good in the ring.
He's really good.
I just don't know in terms of the personality. That's like what Vince is looking for. What Roddy does, you know.
I mean, you know, he's there with. See, Ricochet and Ali are very flashy. They're very flashy, and even they haven't won titles yet.
Ricochet was a former U.S. champion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but he had it for like what?
Not very long.
A cup of coffee. Yeah. James Uval. Should Alexa Bliss go back to NXT? She never won that title, and she's solid in ring and on the mic. I don't know. I don't know if that's a fit.
And they're not really. She hasn't been on TV since the draft.
She hasn't been. No.
So if it's a situation where they don't really have anything for her, Although she's in the same brand as Nikki. I don't know why they haven't done anything between the two of them.
Yeah, they got this. It's kind of crazy, right? Like they put Nikki on. Maybe because Alexa's already had a bunch of stuff with Bailey, and Nikki hasn't really.
But I was going to say, if they don't have anything for them, and therefore they don't have anything for Alexa, it's a situation that Hunter was talking about.
I'm not into it. Timothy Lemieux, I think Kabuki Warriors should change their theme to the song they use in the video package. I think that's a terrific idea because that was awesome.
Yeah, that mashup of their two themes is terrible.
It's not good.
It's horrible.
It's not good. They are terrific, though. Man, I can't get enough of them. They're so good. Wolfpack for Life. Finn Balor did an interview saying he wants AOP for a new club.
Yeah.
I love it because why have one bad luck Fale when you can have two?
Exactly.
That's totally true. I think they would be a terrific pair for him.
Yeah.
Gary MacArthur. What is the maximum distance? So that's one thing we didn't really talk about also. Dijak's going to be the other guy in that WarGames match.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, that has to be the case. Because you got Ciampa, you got
Lee and Riddle.
The other guy is Dijak because Finn's going to take on Gargano.
Unless they bring, well, yeah, they could do that, but if they bring Finn and Gargano into the WarGames match too somehow, which
you're still down one guy.
Yeah, no, it's still going to be Dijak probably.
Yeah.
Unless it's Velveteen Dream, if he's healthy in time.
If he's healthy, yeah.
Because he wants a piece of
yeah,
Roddy.
no, if he's healthy, it'd totally be him.
Yeah, he wants that North American title back.
Yeah. But if they're going to start going over that match now, like that decision has to be made. It's got to be Dijak.
Yeah, you think so?
Man, that'd be so great. Could you imagine like if what kind of pop he'd get if next week Undisputed Era's beating them down and Dijak makes the save?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Gary MacArthur, what is the maximum distance that Keith Lee could send Adam Cole flying with a shoulder charge? And could he reach a distant planet such as Jupiter? Yeah, Adam Cole doesn't weigh a whole lot, and Keith Lee knows how to pounce a guy. That could be the first time you see somebody get pounced out of the ring.
Well, in WWE at least.
That's what I mean, obviously.
That's a Royal Rumble spot, though. That's something you save for the Rumble. Someone gets eliminated via pounce.
Yeah. Thomas Dunnigan, do you think this new Finn will even need to go out to a match as the Demon? I hope not. Although, I mean, his last days in New Japan,
that's when he started kind of experimenting with the.
He was doing his last match. He was like
paint.
Full on body paint. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one where he came out of the coffin at Wrestle Kingdom. No, because that wasn't at Wrestle Kingdom. There's like a Wrestle Kingdom one where he comes out of a coffin. I think it's Wrestle Kingdom.
Stevie Bradley. If Matt Riddle's slide flew into the crowd and you caught it, would you give it back? Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Who am I, Roderick Strong? I'm not going to keep his slide from him.
Let's see here.
Adrian C says there's a 6-woman tag match announced for SmackDown. It's Nikki, Carmella, and Dana Brooke versus Bayley and Fire and Desire. No Alexa.
I wonder if she's. I mean, we haven't heard anything about her being injured. Maybe they're just holding off on her to, like, make a re-debut type thing.
Maybe.
Oh, that's cool. Kevin Kernow makes a good point. See, I love these questions. Bronson Reed and Shane Thorne were both part of the heel stable, the Mighty Don't Kneel in Australia. Why not have them join Balor? That'd be killer.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be killer.
Yeah.
That'd be something else.
That would be cool.
Rich. How will they do WarGames with the women? Will this be the main event of WarGames? I think it'd just be like the regular WarGames rule. I don't think they'll change anything for the women.
No, they'll have the time between entrance and all that stuff.
As far as it main eventing,
if they made it so whoever scored the pin was the women's champion, then yeah, that would main event for sure.
So just given that, and this might seem very silly given that takeovers are only like 3 hours long. I would say open with the men's, close with the women's, because if they're going to do Survivor Series, every hour matters of rest.
Second.
Every second of rest matters.
A possible cell regeneration.
Right. And Shane is the one it's a numbers game. Shane is one person, and there's 4 people in the other WarGames match.
Odds are going to be in the other WarGames.
Yeah.
Or I'd be at Survivor Series, maybe, if that's what they do.
Dan Boss. Trevor Lee is an amazing promo. Cameron Grimes. Why do you think they don't let him cut more promos?
There's not enough time on the show. imagine once he gets in a real story, then
I'll be honest, you don't need promos from it. Like everything he does in the ring character-wise, I mean, even from like how he treats his hat is kind of enough at this point. I feel like his in-ring character work is so solid, it's not necessary. At some point, you'll need him to.
Once he gets in a real storyline, it's going to be necessary.
Yeah. Sammy Garcia. I'm really scared that Undisputed Era will be called up or even split after Survivor Series, and Vince will ruin them. What are the chances WWE doesn't? But they're not going to get called up. They are the cornerstone of NXT, and they want those ratings to increase, not decrease.
Yeah, and they're the franchise of that particular
They are
brand,
the
so.
absolute franchise, yeah.
Yep.
Greg Morris says, for Halloween, what 2 wrestlers should wear the other's gear? They always do that on the house show loop. I'm not sure if they're going to do it this year. Didn't Cassius Ohno wrestle in that giant blow-up dinosaur?
T-Rex thing, yeah.
Yeah, T-Rex.
Yeah, that's an NXT thing generally, yeah.
I remember Nikki Cross. My favorite was Nikki Cross's No Way Jose.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really good.
They said that video on WWE's live stream where she was Chucky from Child's Play. We watched that yesterday a little bit.
Yeah, that was fun.
And that Dana Brooke was Beetlejuice and Heath Slater was as well.
So this isn't a huge difference, but have Keith Lee wear some Dijak stuff. Just do the complete gimmick switch where they're just each other and they do each other's moves and stuff.
Mannerisms and all that.
Yeah, like they did that once with, I think, was it Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne? They did a switch at some indie show.
Oh,
there
funny.
are GIFs of it out there.
Yeah.
Where Tyler Bate comes out. I think they fought each other. I could be wrong.
Where Tyler Bate was doing the shrug and the scowl.
From head to toe, he was Pete Dunne.
That's pretty funny.
And vice versa.
And when Pete Dunne was doing the wave.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
We'll have to look that up. I'm pretty sure that was a situation. So that could be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what I want to see. Just do that again.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Do that again. Anyways, I think that's it. That's it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We do appreciate it. The bonus episode, if you're a $5 patron or a YouTube channel member, is live. It's up right now. We did it earlier today. It's an overrun. Fun episode. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And then also yesterday, we did 5-on-5 NBA 2K20. That was fun also.
That was funny. Just a
Oh, it was a thriller. It was a thriller of a game.
I should be happy that I mounted the comeback.
You should be, yeah. Yeah, that was good. Just start throwing up them threes.
Well,
Send it to Larry Bird.
The rest of the game, if I hadn't shot the threes, if I give it to LeBron and have him take it to the hole, I might have won. Because that's what kept me in it down the stretch.
But you had also your rebounds.
Yeah.
You had some dominant rebounding possessions there. Second chance opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah, anyways. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.